Tanisha. How are you doing? Hi, Tanisha. How are you?
No, they can hear us.
Welcome, everybody. We're now on YouTube Live.
Hi, Clifton.
Hi, Clifton. Good evening. Debbie Ann. Hi, guys. Hi. I see 10 watching, but I only see 6 log on. How is that?
No, 15 came on, but only 6 commented.
Oh, only 6 commented.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Everybody, I'm so getting used to this platform. I'm using the terms, you know.
Someone says their favorite time was Sunday.
Oh, thank you so much. That's Shelvez. Hi, Shelvez. Nine. Ngoni.
Ngoni. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Shaneth is saying she didn't get any notification. Is there supposed to be a notification?
Yeah, once we pop on it, it says Claudia's live.
Okay.
So don't get that.
So you probably don't have your notification on then.
Yeah, maybe.
My niece will be coming to pick up my prize soon. Shannon was one of the persons who should have picked up. Who was the other person who didn't pick up?
Who else was there? I think Marcia.
Marcia. 4. We gave away 4 gifts last week.
Yeah.
But 2 persons picked up. 2 persons didn't pick up. Shannon was one of them, so she's saying her niece will come.
I think Milan's gift is still here.
Milan.
Yeah, Milan's gift is still
Oh,
here.
she came to the office, but it was closed. Oh, was she the one who called me when Jordan was at the other location?
Maybe.
Could have been. Hi, Rude Boy.
That Rude Boy needs to get in contact with us for his gift. It's still here.
So Rude Boy is the other person.
Yeah, his gift is still here.
Rude Boy. Anything stay too long, serve 2 masters. So you can't stay there. It's Christmas, remember?
Hi, Esther.
Hi, Esther. It's Christmas. All right, so you can ask me any questions. This is where I answer your...
There's a question.
Read it.
Hi, good evening to the both of you. Welcome back. Thank you. Do you know of any land selling in Portmore for $5 million? 5 million?
5 million. That was before COVID.
Yeah.
We are now at... The Cedar Grove was sold for how much?
That was a crazy price. It was like 9.
9 million for a Cedar Grove. We just sold a Hellshire for 7 million. The prices have just skyrocketed.
I know, it's like for COVID, everybody's like, I need to own a house, and they just rushed out in March and started buying
everything. So, hi Esther. So that's the challenge we're having. And of course, there are more buyers than property.
The thing with Portmore too, it's prime real estate, and a price like $5 million that everybody can afford, because everybody has NHT 2.5 to merge with their husband or wives. It goes so fast.
Yes, it does. Oh, thank you, Rude Boy. You'll follow up tomorrow. Portmore. If you want a Portmore, you have to get aggressive. You have to be aggressive. So you have to look in the newspaper every single Sunday. I mean, literally, you have to get this paper from Saturday night when it drop at 12 midnight, right? Go through it, then you run down the owner relentlessly to sell you the property. You also would have to be qualified, have your pre-approval letter, be able to show the owner, yes, I have my deposit, so that right away this owner say, yeah man, this is a person. Because owners don't want to be showing out for people. Yeah. So if you come there and you have everything ready, they mug it to you. You know what I mean? They just want to play sold, but you have to be aggressive and you have to be ready.
Here's another question. Trisha is asking, what is the price for the hills of Draxel quarter acre?
The hills of Draxel didn't have any quarter acres. What they have are half acre lots. Where out of those, what we have now are 1 acre, 1.5, 1.6. And those start at $165,000 US. That's what we have now.
Someone is asking, T, how do you become a realtor? I'm a teacher, but the both of you have motivated me.
Becoming a realtor is fairly easy. It's actually staying a realtor that's a difficult thing.
I don't. Is it becoming a realtor easy? Well,
Yeah, you go to school and you study 1 month.
the test can be a bit challenging.
Yeah, the exam can be challenging because it's straight multiple choice, right?
It's still
So-
100 questions.
I'm not sure. It used to be.
Yeah.
When we did it, it was 100 questions, multiple choice, and it was A and B and C is the answer, A, B is the answer, D, C, not a straight thing, right?
I'm trying to remember what was the pass mark for it.
The pass mark is it 50 or 60? Not sure.
It's not 50. It's above that.
It's above that.
Yeah.
But I passed with flying colors.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I passed in the top percentage of my class. And then we're using the word realtor now, but realtor is what I am. Tony is a realtor associate. So,
Well, you first become a real estate agent.
right, you first become a salesman, then put it that way. So you do that course. Tony did it 1 month,
Yeah, 1 month.
and then you do the exam, get your license, you attach yourself to a dealer or a realtor like me. So I'm a realtor, so I would have other salesmen working with me, and I would supervise them, right? So, but to be a realtor, when I did it, I had to go to school for 6 months on every day.
No man, that was to become a broker.
To become a broker, same thing. To become a realtor, to become a broker.
But to become a realtor, you'd have to join the Realtors Association. You
No,
can be
yeah.
a broker without being a member of the Realtors
you
Association.
can be a broker without being a member.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to be a member to be a realtor.
No, when you
Oh, yeah.
the term
The
realtor
term
is
realtor,
associated with the
with the Realtors Association of Jamaica. That's true.
But we've been realtors so long that we
Yeah, we kind of use it interchangeably and loosely, right? But the distinction Tony was making, to use the word realtor and realtor associate, you have to be
a member
a member of the Realtors Association, right?
and that's an international
That's
body.
an international body. Or you can no, Realtors Association of Jamaica is Jamaica. Realtors Association of Jamaica is Realtor. Then you have the National
Realtors,
Association of Realtors, which is
or association
is a member of. Right, that's it. So we actually pay a membership fee. But you're asking, is it easy? If you are intellect, it's easy.
The test.
The test, the
work
exam.
to actually stay a real estate agent is a little bit more tricky because it's an everyday grind. which
Right,
people don't
like what we
realize.
do, like on a Sundays we're with you, right? So
And we're driving all over
we're
the
driving all
place.
over the place to show property and all of that. So to be in sales in real estate is like any other sales. You have to put in the work. You know, you have to have your lead source. You have to know your target market. You have to do all of that. So I would say to get the designation, because lots of persons have these real estate licenses, but to stay a realtor associate, actually earn a living from it. So Tony and I are full time in this.
I know, and she's a teacher too, so coming off paid salary every
Great.
month.
What I would say, I didn't come off paid salary until I was in 2 years. I got my license in 2008, came off, earned income in 2010, never looked back. So you kind of use your build up here, because I built up my clientele, built up my target market, built up my marketing strategy. Them times I was targeting Portmore and Spanish Town, remember? I drove up
And
on
it should be more flexible for her to become a teacher now with school
being
online, I guess.
online and all of that should be more flexible. So you would go to the real estate board website and register for the course. You missed some questions at the top, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna scroll back. They're coming in fast now. Okay, Draxel.
What's the price of a 3-bedroom house in Edge Hill? It depends on what your house looks like, really.
Are they talking about Edge Hill the development or Edge Hill the location in St. Mary?
Oh, I forgot that there. Oh, yes. We have an Edge Hill in Portmore.
Yeah, in Portmore as
That's
well.
what came to mind first. Not so sure about Edge Hill. If you're talking about Edge Hill in St. Mary, the development, you have to clarify for us.
Yeah, or Edge Hill in Portmore, the area.
Hi, Joy. Blessed Sunday.
Okay. Is there a link to the newspaper so that we can see the properties?
The newspaper only have Gleaner online.
Okay, so the Gleaner, as we know it, has a section called Gleaner Classifieds, and they'll post listings there. But the thing with that is it only comes out on Monday after the paper has gone out.
Mhm.
So if it's a property that's really in demand, you really need to get the physical paper.
Yeah, from the night when it drops.
Yeah.
So the paper drops at about 12 midnight to the various vendors. Start dropping it. You can buy the Saturday one too. Some of the things in the Saturday, because if the person's put out the ad early enough, it will come out in the Saturday paper as well.
Right, so if they do the ad, I think about Wednesday, it
Mhm.
comes in the Saturday for free.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see if we have any more questions.
Keith?
What do you think about buying property in White House, Westmoreland?
Well, White House, Westmoreland is really dependent if you can afford it. Any property is good if you can afford it. I like the house. The house is a really nice house, overlooking the sea and all of that.
Are they talking about White House, the area, or White House Beach Club, the development?
Yeah, Keith. Because we're selling White House Beach Club, that's what I thought you were talking about. But White House is actually a location.
Right.
Here, Kuwait. I hear Care Kuwait. Good evening. Hi, guys.
But it's a lovely area, and yeah.
Hi, Anthony.
There's Milan. Milan needs to contact us about her gift.
Didn't she say she was going to contact us?
She said she was going to contact us. Or send us a WhatsApp. Oh, here's another question. Hi, good evening. What do I have to take into NHT in order to get the pre-approval letter?
All right, so for NHT, it's called an eligibility letter. So you'll take to them your job letter, last 2 months pay slip, or last 3 months pay slip to be on the safe side. Some of you are bi-weekly, so you need to have 3 full months of pay slips, right? 3 calendar months, that is. Your ID, your NIS, and your TRN. So you take those things. You don't even need to go into NHT again. You can email them now at
wecare@nht.gov.jm.
Type it in the comments, Tony. So you're going to email them those documents and ask them for the eligibility letter. This year has been a game changer for a lot of things now going forward with the government of Jamaica. They have really come out and tried to make it easier, so we don't have to do so much running up and down. We can literally do everything from our homes now. So that works out much better for you guys who are overseas. So you don't need to be on spot physically on the island. So you just email the NHT and they will give you your eligibility letter.
Trisha says, we recently found a property and made an offer. However, the valuation came back to be half the price. Is there a way for us to avoid this?
Avoid it. But you did a valuation.
No.
Came back at half the price. So you renegotiate the price with the seller now.
Mm-hmm.
You did a valuation. But what? You did the valuation after you closed the property sale?
She said we made an offer. However, the valuation came back half the price. I guess maybe the valuation came back after they signed the sale agreement.
Right, but we just had one like that.
Mm-hmm.
I sold one in Dwayne Park. The valuation came out less than what we're selling it
I
for.
think 1 million less.
Yeah, we renegotiate the price. That's what you do if the valuation comes back.
Right, especially if you still want the property.
Yeah. Although the seller may do their own valuation, but is there a way to avoid it? The way to avoid it is to really do a research to see what properties in the area are selling for. That's the way to avoid it. So one of the ways to do that is the same Gleaner. You pick up the Gleaner every week. So let us say you're searching Dwayne Park. You pick up or Patrick City. You pick up the Gleaner every week and you circle all Dwayne Park and Patrick City, so that you have an idea of what properties are selling for.
What people are asking.
Right. That's what I did when I wanted to buy an apartment in New Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
Every Sunday I picked up the Gleaner. I started looking at properties in New Kingston, 1-bedrooms. So when one came up in Oxford Manor, I knew whether or not I was getting a good deal. All right. Tony, it's time for you to give away something.
Oh, yes. What are we giving away?
Tony gone in our goodie bag.
Ooh. What's this, a rug?
People them can't see it, man.
Can't see
Oh.
it.
Tony, imagine you have this under your foot or on your bed, guys.
And
Wow.
there's different colors too. There's a cream.
Nice. So we're giving away 4 of these today.
4 or 5?
4. 4 we're giving away today.
4. Okay, so who are we giving them away to?
Don't know yet.
All right, let's see. Who was the first person to log on? Tanisha Morgan, you just won yourself the rug.
Ask Tanisha if she want the rug.
Tanisha, do you want a rug?
Tanisha probably gonna sleep right now. Or eat our Sunday dinner. Alright, so Tanisha, you're the first person to win a rug. So Ralph asking for one there. Hi Ralph. Who in Jamaica? Well, the thing with these giveaways, you know, is that you have to be, well, you don't have to be in Jamaica, but you get the rug or you get it and you can give it to a family member.
Or when you come to Jamaica, you come for it.
Or when you come to Jamaica. Alright, let's give Ralph one. So Ralph wants one. What color you want, Ralph? Gray, brown, cream, what's the other color? Black?
Black. Where's Tanisha? What color does she want?
Look like Tanisha going to lose this gift, you know. She gone sleep. This is like when I go to barbecue.
No, she's there. She's there. What color do you want, Tanisha?
Oh, she's there.
Yeah, she wants there.
But I'm not seeing it here.
You might see her here. She says, yes, thanks much.
And the color? I have no family members in Jamaica. That's Ralph. Alright, Ralph, what color you want? Ralph want cream.
Cream. All right.
Tanisha still don't make up her mind.
Cream. Ralph.
Ralph, what do you have to say? Alright, so we're sticking on Tony sticking on the Ralph on the cream. So Ralph will do what?
Ralph Roberts.
Send us an email or
give us your email address.
give
Ralph.
us your email address so that we can communicate with you during the week.
Okay.
So Tanisha, which color?
She says anyone.
Well, I guess this one in my hand then.
The gray.
Alright. She gets the gray one.
Tanisha Morgan.
Alright. Do I have any more question?
Yes, we have a few more questions.
Can I hold on? Sure, oops.
See, somebody says pick me there. Who is that?
I see somebody says something about Sure Morgan.
Where?
Shaneth. Who is saying pick me?
Oh, you passed it. Go right down. Let's pick them since they said it. Alex, welcome.
Where is it, Alex? Oh, Alex, pick me. Loud and clear.
Which one do you want?
No, Kenisha said she wanted the black. Is it black you gave her?
No, where she says black. I think I'm seeing where she says anyone. She answered again.
Oh, it's 2 different people? Oh. Alright, so you gave Ralph one. You gave Alex. You're giving Alex one?
Right. It's a brown one here. Alex. But what's Alex's real name? Is Alex Welcome? Alex Welcome.
Shut want your niece is picking up, so she want a rug. No, you get one for your family. So we're giving Alex. Alex wanted the brown. Did he choose a color?
No.
What other color is there? You have 2.
Black and another cream. It looks like black and brown.
Black and brown. So this is brown. This is a black. Which color you want? Alex wants Alright, there's a question up here. Alex, tell us what color for the black, for the
Rug.
The rug. I'm getting knocked out, you know. Okay. Kenisha Davis.
Alex wants black.
Oh, shoot. I was going to give Kenisha the black. Kenisha, my name. She named Davis. She said, I need the black.
So we're trouble though. Brown or black?
Brown or black. Kenisha, you want the brown? Yeah, Kenisha want the brown. Here.
Okay, so Alex, welcome.
All right. So you give us your email address.
And Kenisha. Kenisha Davis.
Kenisha Davis.
Alright, that's it.
That's it. Any more in the back? Run out now.
I think we have a loose one here actually.
You sure?
Yeah. I don't have any money.
Alright, so you can wait and we have one more, so we'll just wait.
Let's
Alright.
get back to answering some questions.
So I thought I saw a question here about Claudia. See, you love the rug. Of course, I love the rug. What do you mean? Sleep with this, you're good. Not going to run away from you, or you wake up and you don't see it.
Somebody's asking a question. Where sellers advertise their properties different from realtors? Usually the paper.
The newspaper, the Gleaner. Or we have another paper called the Observer, but not so much. Mostly the Gleaner, right? Even realtors advertise in the Gleaner. So I would advertise in the Gleaner as well. So that's where they usually advertise. Floor. Ralph said the floor cold most anyone. But Ralph's name is on one, right?
Yeah, Ralph's name is on one.
Why, Ralph, we're going to FedEx this. When you come, you get it, Ralph. I'm sure you're going to come to Jamaica at some point. What's another question?
Scroll up. Let's see if we see any more. No, the other way.
The other way. You missed any?
Maybe. Let's see.
Is NHG loan only accessible to first-time buyers? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If your name is on a title already,
What if you purchased a house but not using your NHG?
now if your name is on a title before,
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to can get home improvement.
Home improvement.
Yeah. So you get 2.5 million. So technically it's not only for first-time home buyers. It's just that the 6.5 million is for first-time home buyers.
NHG. I think we have a video out where we outline the different benefits that NHG have.
Yeah, we do. We have a video out. So you get 2.5 if you have a house already, so you can do your addition or your renovation. If you don't have a house yet, then you get 6.5 million. Name must not be on a title though, you know. So even if your mother and father put your name on a title when you were younger, you can't get the benefit. Which is why I didn't put like Rachel's name on any title or Tonia's name until they were ready to buy the property. Because if the name is on a title, they can't get a 6.5. They would only get home improvement. Alright, not saying if your mother and father giving you a house, you must take it and go wait for NHD benefit, you know. Take the house. Alright. Under the owner property but have been contributed to NHT, are you able to have a second property through NHT? No. NHT only wants you to have one house.
They're giving you a stat.
A stat, unfortunately. They only want you to have one house. But you can borrow from the other lending institutions. I mean, Jamaica National is now at 7.5% interest rate. And the NHG's maximum interest rate is 5%. Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, somebody's asking for your email address, Mom. Let me just type the email
Milan
address.
is saying something. I did email you. Is she Milan one of the persons who want a gift?
Yes.
Alright, what's up with Milan? Yeah,
I'm gonna send the email address here.
Let's suppose somebody email you who is not supposed to get a gift.
Where the names are gonna be on their emails.
You mean their email address names?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Okay, Trisha, we did it with the survey. What's the question, Trisha?
I think she was the person asking the question about if you the offer was more, the valuation was less than the offer price? I think that was the question.
But that don't have anything to do with the survey. That don't have anything to do with the survey and the valuation are two different things. So the valuation is what tells you the value of the property. Survey is what identifies the boundaries and tells you if there are any breaches. So I'm not so sure why you said we did it with the survey if you're talking about valuation, right?
We missed a question, but Milan was asking it again. Brianna, great question. I've always been interested in knowing if it's a good idea to have an investment property that is located far away from where you live.
But what's the question?
We missed it. I'll see if I can find the original question. Here it is. If you live in Kingston and wanted to buy your first home in St. Anne, is this something recommended? If it's your first home, I would rent it until I'm able to move.
All right. So sorry, Tony. Because we studied the richest man in Babylon, which we're going to be. Everybody here, remember that we're going into Zoom at 6. So we study a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. He teaches us that we're to own the property that we live in. Said another way, own the roof over your head. That's what he teaches.
Make thy home a profitable investment.
Right, because you're paying rent. So I tend to teach that and I tend to stick to it because that's what I did.
But what if you're not paying rent? What if I'm living at home and I want to buy my first property but making an investment property, but I'm living at home?
Usually your first property is not an investment property because the word investment means the income is greater than the expenditure. So the income from the property must be greater than the expenditure, which the expenditure is the mortgage, property taxes, the maintenance, everything that goes with owning a property. Usually you're buying a single house when you're,
unless your first property buys a triplex.
Unless you are so lucky that your income can afford you to buy a quadruplex or a threeplex or a sevenplex or a 11plex.
11plex.
I don't know the word for 11plex. I wasn't able to do that. So I did what Richest Man in Babylon said. Buy the house, buy your first house. So you must be paying rent. Buy your first house. But
she's only moving to St. Anne though. She wants to rent it until. So maybe if the rent is covering her mortgage, maybe she could buy it at that point.
Yeah, but even if it's not, maybe she still could. But just remember that that's not an investment property. The word investment property means that the rent is more, the income is more than the expenditure, guys. If your, thank you, Alex, enough love to you too. If your income from the property, the income is the rent. So if the income is less than the expenditure, you do not have an investment property. What you have is a property, right? You have a house, and you're actually subsidizing the other person living there. Which is why the richest man in Babylon says subsidize yourself and live in the property because you would be paying rent, right? So yes,
do the maths.
Yes, you can do that, but is it that you can't find any property that is
in Kingston?
That is in Kingston or where you live? She lives in Kingston, right? Is it that you can't find a property in Kingston that you can afford to buy, so that you can move out into it and then now you start to look for your investment property? I would rent it until I'm able to move. You might not move, you might stay at your job. See a question up here. My parents has a property in Brayton, Portmore. They are willing to let go. Not so sure, Mila, what you mean by that. Willing to let go.
Here's another question. Good evening. What's the cost of a 3-bedroom in St. Elizabeth? That varies.
It varies so much.
Varies on where in St. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
In Santa Cruz, it's more expensive.
Yeah,
And
depends
St.
on
Elizabeth tend to have really large homes.
really big homes. We sold out Palmbrook Estate at 3.5 million. No, they're now at 4.5 million. That's just the land, and they're putting in some really big homes in there.
Yeah.
So it depends where it is. Is it gated? Have swimming pool?
Is it in New York Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just depends on where it is. You have another question?
Let's scroll. Most of the posts were. Scroll down.
The in St. Anne to Kingston. You must own the house you live in, though. It makes such a difference.
First of all, if you're a first-time buyer and you rent your house, you may not know the little quirks of maintenance and those things.
Exactly. You know, it's when you actually live in the house and you realize that pipe going, since Victoria had to be fixing even a faucet, a brand new faucet that we bought. Cartridge went. A good thing Tony is a plumber. I was so annoyed. I said, it's a good thing I never pay a plumber for put in this thing.
I know it lasted what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Okay. Again, I have a friend who's not here and they want to look about. Okay, read this from Tony in my eyes.
Good evening again. This is Tanisha. I have a friend who is not here and he wants to look about his NIS, to look about his NHT. How can it be done?
Email the NIS. National Insurance Scheme. They do have a website.
They do?
Yeah. NIS Jamaica, they have a website.
Let me see if I can find it.
So go to the website and then you just send them an email and ask them the very same question you just asked me. I'm sure it can be done. The thing is, he probably would have had an NIS before, right?
Maybe.
Because if he's Jamaican and when he left here he was over 18 and had a job, he would have had the number before.
I don't see an email. I see phone numbers.
So all they would have to do is they have a website. So all you would have to do is now just it must be nis.gov.jm. That's usually what it is. nis.gov.jm. It's called National Insurance Scheme. Is it this? Read the
No, that's MLSS. That looks like Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
They do have a website though. Isn't it this? Google it, everybody. Let's get back to the question.
Yes, you can download the forms here to apply. Okay, so it's under the Ministry of Social Security.
Oh, Ministry of Social Security website. And what's that? Put the link in the description.
Yes, I'll copy it. Okay. Any other questions?
What's this question right here?
That's the question we just answered about NHT and NIS.
Most of the houses are overpriced. This one. And what's the question here?
It's not a question, it's a statement. Most of the houses are overpriced. Even the developers are charging ridiculously.
Who is asking that question? Who's making the
Marvelous
statement?
H.
Marvelous H. I said this to somebody today who called me on the phone and they said, "Oh, everything is expensive. Everything is expensive." I learned about expensive from my grandaunt who, when my father kicked me out at 15 and I was bouncing around, she was the one who took me in. Aunt Dolly came out of England. She retired in Jamaica. So Aunt Dolly used to collect our pension. Me and her would go to the bank, get the pension, go to the supermarket and go market and we may walk to other liquor stores and buy things. Now he kicked me out at 15. I didn't get to her until I was about 17. I said actually I had Tony and too. So I got to her in my late 16. Because I remember I was doing GC at the time at Woolman's. And when I would walk around with her and she pick up some and we were looking at the price and so on, and I would say, Aunt Dolly, this dearie, Aunt Dolly, oh, this so dear. You know, in Jamaica we say things dear, we don't say it expensive. We say dear, or we don't say it overpriced, we say it expensive. We say dear, right? So I would say that and she said, Claudia, you don't have any money in your pocket. So everything is dear or expensive. And in growing up, analyzing what she says, I always remember what she says. The thing is, you will walk into a store, so take this furry coat, this furry, what they call this?
Rug.
A rug. Mm-hmm. You'll walk into the store and they will say to you $10,000 or $1,000. But if you don't have $1,000 in your pocket, it'll look dear. Mm-hmm. You understand? And if you don't have $10,000 in your pocket, it'll go dear. And if them you put it to $1, if you don't have $1 in your pocket, it's gonna look dear. Because the truth is, somebody's gonna step in the store, back out 10,000 US, and just pay for it.
Yeah.
As if, hey, there's nothing to this. I was watching an episode with T.I. and his son, and I think he bought a sneakers literally for 10,000 US. And I was like, 10,000 US
For sneakers.
for sneakers. But guess what?
I cannot afford that.
I cannot afford it. That's just the truth. Which is why, to me, it looked dear, because I cannot.
Or you think the price is ridiculous?
Yeah, I think the price is ridiculous because I can't afford it, guys. So for me, my Aunt Dolly teach me, Claudia, buy what you can afford. Shopping at the jungle that you can afford. Mm-hmm. So if I know I want a handbag, and I know, like in Ligani, a brand name handbag is 65,000 Jamaican dollars. I pass them in the stores in Ligani every day, and my thinking, Claudia, cannot afford it. Walk away. I walk away and I go to Lee's and buy a handbag, or the liquor store them for $5,000, not 65,000, because I can't afford it. But obviously there are persons who
can't afford it. And that's the thing with Jamaican real estate.
Yeah,
as ridiculous as you think the prices are, someone can afford it. That's why the prices are there.
Tony, I was selling a 5 acre for 900,000 US. Sold 900,000. And I was trying to get people to come together and buy this property and subdivide it into 17 lots. Lots of you probably saw they would have seen the videos. But one person come, sold, gone. It's not that it's overpriced, because if it was overpriced, it would not be selling. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing, it would not be selling. I sold a property in Cherry Gardens for 70 million Jamaican dollars. I can't afford it.
No.
But I would never say too dear because
just can't afford it.
And within 3 days, a man called me and said, Miss D, take that off the market. That is mine. True to word. He bought it cash. So I teach my children the same thing. I say, you're going to look in your own jungle. You don't look in anybody else's jungle out there. You shop in your own jungle where the price is what you can afford, right? And even if you can't afford it, what you do, you try and make a deal. You don't have the money right now, you try and make a deal. Like I made a deal for them this week, right? With the Ballater. Now a lot of you have seen me. I have been advertising the Ballater.
Right.
The Ballater is a development out in Spanish Town of
St. John's Road.
Right? Those are 2 bedrooms and 1 bedrooms. Persons call, no mistake, we don't want a 1 bedroom. Cannot live in a 1 bedroom.
Or we don't want any Spanish Town.
We don't want any Spanish Town. No, how much can you afford? $10 million, but I don't want to say, you find anything as a $10 million? No, Miss Davis, but I don't want to say, you have your deposit? Miss Davis, I only have 100,000. So you only have 100,000. You don't have the 10 million in cash. You have 100,000. I said to you, you want the Ballater? Deposit the 100,000, and then you can deposit X amount every month, and you still turn down the deal. You still turn down the deal. And I said to my kids, I said, guys, yes, you know, richest man in Babylon, you have been saving. I said, listen, now is the time to use your money now. So you're going to deposit the liquor that you have, And every month now you're going to pay a money onto this money every month till you reach up to the deposit that the people them want. So the 2 bedrooms are what?
13.5.
13.5, and you need 600 and almost 50,000 for the deposit, and you need 200,000 for the closing costs.
Right.
So that's 850,000 you need to get to do this, right?
Right. And of course, you do your mortgage.
And you do your mortgage 12 months down the road. Now, my daughter Tony and her sister Rachel only have a little $200,000. So them have the same amount. And even today, somebody called me and said them have 200,000. She probably listened to me now, and I offered her the deal. I
Did
said,
you take it as yet?
I told her, no, she hesitated.
Hesitating. I think the thing is that when you see a good deal, take it.
Them Tony, them don't read richest man in
Take
Babylon.
the deal.
So them don't know. The deal is Tony and have 200,000, she and her sister. I save from them little money where them knows that them to save 10% of them pay. I say savings don't make it, you know. What you have to do, you have to now do something with it. So it's not about saving the money in your bank account and pulling it there till, like how me and hold this for you now, till that kingdom come, right?
That's why inflation will make it depreciate fast.
Yes, you have to do something with the money. So I said, guys, listen, we're selling these developments. I talk good to the developer. I'm giving you a deal, 200,000. Put on your 200,000 every month. Pay 50,000 till you're done, or you pay 60,000 till you're done, right? Because if the thing ready to close and I see where them struggling, then I will step in and help them. But at least
where our money is going towards something.
their money is going towards something, right?
Not sitting in a bank.
We don't know if them qualify for the mortgage yet. You know? We don't even do that yet, guys. Right? But
We should qualify though.
you should qualify. You're confident.
Yeah.
Because you read richest man in Babylon. You read rich dad, poor dad.
Should qualify.
Right. So, and even if them don't qualify, we are gonna wheel it, deal it till we get it.
Yeah. You have to want it.
You have to want it. You have to want it. But you keep thinking things are too expensive and it overpriced and it ridiculous.
Or you can't live this up.
And you can't live there. When I bought my first house, it was 175,000 Jamaican dollars. Paid down $26,000. That was 1990. Sold that house in 2006 for 2.6 million. Moved to Kingston, buy a piece of land, moved to Kingston Villas. That same house is now 13 million without addition.
Yeah, you didn't do anything to
Didn't do anything to it.
it. You painted it.
And I'm sure somebody somewhere looked at that house and said to it too dear. Every step of the way, when me I buy it for 175, somebody look at it and say too dear. When me I sell it in 2006, somebody look at it and say too dear. And now $13 million later, somebody look at it and say too dear.
But the house price keep going up.
Where is it going? It's not going down because demand is greater than supply. That's a challenge that we have in Jamaica.
And the thing with Jamaica too is not only Jamaicans living in Jamaica wants Jamaican properties. We have the diaspora that's also buying. So there's never enough property on the market to meet both set of purchasers.
What about the people who do not know diaspora? The people who the white people, the Chinese, the Indians, what about those people? They're not diaspora, but they are buying.
Yeah, they're buying it.
So that is a challenge that you're gonna face, which is why it is important that you just buy what you can afford. You know, stay in your jungle and buy what you can afford. Marvelous. Most of the homes are
That's the
same
question.
question. All right, we took so long to answer that one, but I hope we answered it, right?
All right. Okay, let's go for some other questions.
Can't get logged on. Go ahead.
Jennifer Jackson is asking, hello, my question is that I'm self-employed in Jamaica and contribute to NHD. How can I apply for a house?
That's easy. You look for the house. Well, first of all, get your eligibility letter. So that when you find the property, you have your eligibility letter. And you have your deposit, which is 5%. Now, NHD will only give you 6.5 million. So the trick for you is to find a property for 6.5 million. Make a deposit of 5% on 6.5 million. Or you can find a property for 7 million. Because 700, 350. Oh, no, maybe 6 point something. You want to deposit 5% so that you have 6.5 million from NHG to pay the rest. So you could go up to 7 million. If you have 500,000, you deposit 500,000. NHG will pay the 6.5, and you're good to go. And yes, there are houses for 6.5 million.
We just sold one.
Yeah, we just sold one in Old Harbour Bay. There are houses for 6.5 million. You just have to be looking. Just like how they're good men. You have to be looking, right? You just have to be looking, ladies and gentlemen. And they're good women. So men, you just have to be looking. Ladies, you just have to be looking.
Claudia Jones. Hi, Claudia and Tony. How are you? Are there any new developments in Portland?
For weeks, somebody asked me about Portland. We need to get to Portland. We have not been to Portland. We don't know of any new developments. You're talking about housing developments. We don't know of any developments going on in Portland, right?
We need to go.
We need to go there. We just haven't reached out. Maybe during the holidays we'll go there. We'll be a little bit more flexible in the holiday period. Is it too late to join the Zoom? I haven't read. No, you can join the Zoom still. We're on at 6. You can join the Zoom. Usually we do a revision and we ask questions so you kind of catch up yourself. And you have the book. You can read the book. Tony and Rachel. Somebody saying something to you.
Where?
Tony Ann, are you going to buy a unit at Acres?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, she buying it with her sister. See, you have to work together. Tony Ann can't buy it by herself. She have to buy it with her sister, right? Or she buy it with me. So you see, guys, that's another thing. Tell them about working together, Antonia. Life is so much.
We tell them that every week.
Every week, life is so simple, much easier when it's not you one mowing the lawn, cutting the grass, washing the car. When you have teamwork. Simple.
Trisha is asking, are there any more Ballacres? Yes, there is.
We have 1 bedrooms.
And we have 2-bedroom duplex. And we have
2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, single units.
So we have.
But you have to get in. And the prices?
For the 1-bedroom duplex, it's 10.5 million. For the 2-bedroom duplex, it's 13 million. And then the 2-bed, 1 bath is 13.5.
13.5. So, yes, so Tony and Rachel buying, and when them get it, they would have known. So in other words, you hear me talking about land banking. So this is one of the examples of land banking. So you're saving yourself 25,000 per month, or you're saving 50,000 per month, right? Instead of saving every month, you save 50,000 and put in the bank. You look at loan, you look at property where the mortgage is going to be 50,000 per month.
Mm-hmm.
And you buy that property and you pay the bank 50,000 every month. So technically it's like you put in the 50,000 in the bank. I don't know if I could explain it any simpler, but I hope everybody understands. If you still don't understand, say it in the comments, I'll go over it. But that's what I call land banking. So my 2 daughters have this money. Them know them supposed to put away this every month, and every month I say, okay, how much you have now? But one thing I realize, so you put in $10, you might take out 5.
Yeah, and you just keep.
Yeah, you know. So even though they're putting in, they say them put in $20. So I'm saying to myself, oh, you know, them supposed to have 300,000 now, you know, or 400,000 now, because I'm doing the maths in my head. Them say, oh, I said, how much you have now? Oh, mom, you know I have 200. I said, so what you do with it?
We don't know.
Tony is an equipment person. So first problem, she gonna buy a gimbal. She gonna buy camera, stand. She
lighting.
You know, all these things. My other daughter now, she's a clothes and a shoes person. So she know she gonna buy shoes. So me see her next shoes are coming and I say, no, son, me have to nip this. So that's what I did, guys. Strategize. The good thing about my daughters is that they do listen, for one, but sometimes I have to step in more forcefully to get the results, right? So they do listen. They will start the process. So they say go to school, study your book, do this, do that. But sometimes I have to step in now. So when I realize that hey, these guys going to drop off at this bridge here, you know. And then I have to step in and, you know, stop them from drop off at the bridge. Because let's face it, they want to drop off at the bridge. So I have to be there to kind of catch them, right?
And I think what's a good thing about your parenting is that you gave us a lot of directions. I think a lot of parents today, their children don't have any direction. They turn 18 and they leave them loose.
Yeah.
And then they end up struggling and not figuring out this whole home ownership thing. And
and then wanting maybe to go back and can't go back and just out in the wilderness. Just out in the wilderness. Part of the thing with me is that my father threw me out when I was 15. I had to learn all of this. But you know something? I never stopped.
Yeah.
Even when I had you at 17, I never stopped. And I picked up the right books.
Yeah.
So not only did I pick up the right books, I did I'm a good scholar, you know. I do what the books tell me. Step by step, even the richest man in Babylon. If you only do that book alone.
Yeah, it says first thing, save 10% of your income. Save that money. Then it says make your home a profitable dwelling. It's telling you to go buy a house.
Yeah, it tells you
right.
Step by step.
It tells you to go and learn more so that you can increase your earnings.
It tells you all of
follow
that.
Those basics.
Yeah, it tells you to protect your investment. So it talk about insurance too.
For your property, for yourself,
right.
everything.
It tells you not to lend money to people who can't pay you back. Now, lots of you, if you did read a book, they don't know, so don't lend people money who can't pay you back. I'm sure a lot of you have some horror stories, right, about that.
Okay,
Are there any more Balakas? Yes, there are. You missed some questions at the top?
Yes.
Somebody, Keith is saying he's in the USA.
Okay, here's a question. Confiance is asking, why is the interest rate so high in Jamaica? 7.5% is still not great, as it works out that the very dollar you borrow, you're paying back 4 times the interest. Interest rate used to be 19%.
The first house I bought was 19.75%. Victoria Mutual gave me that loan. 19.75%.
Times are good now at 7.5.
You are getting it good now at 7.5. It's a good thing I didn't know anything about interest rates. Now, the truth is, it doesn't matter what the interest rate is. People live in the States and in Canada and those places where interest rates are 1% and 2% and still don't buy property.
Exactly. And not only that, the inflation is so high that it passes the interest rate when you're selling back the property.
When you're selling back. So the thing is, interest rate doesn't matter. It is how much loan can you borrow and what you can find to buy that for that property. Because when I bought my house for 200,000 Jamaican dollars, interest rate was 19.75. So I found a house, get the loan, co-sign it. Somebody co-signed with me. I got the loan and I paid off. I got a 15-year mortgage. I paid off for it in 12 years. You know why? I kept getting pay increases. I did exactly what richest man in Babylon said. After I finished buying my house, him said, go and go study more, learn more things, do that, and I did that. And I got pay increase, my salary move up, job promotion, whatever. And after a while, the little money I pay for mortgage never coming like nothing because the inflation was carrying me, right? It doesn't matter the interest rate. It doesn't even matter the inflation. What matters is which bank will give you the loan. Because some banks you won't qualify for. Debt service rate shall knock you out. But whichever bank will give you the loan, can you afford to pay the loan? So no more than 30 to 50% of your income must be going towards this mortgage, right?
Because the rule of thumb is to clear up your debt before you go for a house loan.
Right, and the truth is, the consumer interest rate is way higher, yet persons don't have a problem taking that loan. I find that so strange. A car loan and a consumer loan interest rate is way higher than any house loan. Yet persons don't have a problem.
You can't drive around in a house, that's a problem.
You're paying back 4 times in interest? Yes, you are. When I borrowed $175,000, 4 times 175,000 is about a little under 800,000. Yet I sold that house for 2.6 million. So yes, if I had taken it to the limit of the mortgage, I would have paid back 800. Based on your analogy, I would have paid back $800,000. 4 times the money. Yet, even though I paid 4 times the money, I was still 2.6 million minus 800,000. How much is that? Somebody do the maths. How much did Claudia make on that deal?
Yeah.
Not even a deal. I was living there. I was living there. I just simply paying my rent, my mortgage, not rent. I was living there. So don't look at it like that. Buy the property if you don't. I missed your question, sure. What was the question?
Okay, hold on. There's another one.
Sure. Repeat the question on the bottom so I can see.
Rihanna is asking, is it better to live and pay off the mortgage on your first home before buying another property? Not finding homes in the area like Kingston and prefer the properties in St. Anne.
No, you don't have to pay off for your first home. When I bought my second place, I didn't pay off for my first home. As long as you can afford the mortgage. So what you do, you go when you're getting pay increase, you're doing all of that. You go to the bank and you say how much mortgage I qualify for now.
Mm-hmm.
And based on what they tell you, if you have dual income, you and your wife or whoever, your children. I remember, so your children, I joined my children for loans, ladies and gentlemen. Your children must be a part of this. What happens to a lot of people is that they're trying to do things on their own.
And with adding a child to the mortgage gives you a longer term to pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
Because of our age.
Because of the age, right? So that the property I bought with Tony and did that for me. He gave me a longer time because Tony is younger. So he gave me a lot. They spread out the mortgage more, so I paid less monthly. Now the money that we paid for that mortgage is like
Davis seed.
That's like supermarket money. But ladies and gentlemen, the truth is, if you don't buy the property, you're going to regret it.
Yeah.
I mean, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, you're going to regret it. What you do today, you see, the choices you make today determine where you are in 5 to 10 years. So I'll leave an analogy with you. We still have to come out of this session. But you can choose today to plant a tree. Now, which tree you're going to plant? You're going to plant a maca tree. When it grows, it juke you. Or are you going to plant a fruit tree? Now, when it grows, you will have some fruits to eat. The choice is yours, right? You and you alone make that decision. Now, I found that it is better for me if I don't moan and groan about things I cannot change. I cannot change the rate of inflation. I cannot change interest rates. I cannot change the price a developer wants to ask for a property.
Yeah, so there's no point in complaining.
There's just no point in me even. So what do? I find a bank who will give me a loan. Then I find and tell me how much money. I say, Miss D, me can only get $3 million. Then I go and I look for a $3 million property and I buy it.
Okay, so the question that we missed was, do you need to be a member of Jamaica National to get a loan from them? No, you do
No,
not.
you don't. Tony, put the link in the description.
I just did. Once you get approved for the loan and you're going through, then they'll add you as a member.
They'll open an account for you.
Yeah.
So there's a link in the description below. You're going to click that link. It goes through to our mortgage rep. It also comes to us. And then we will walk you through that process. All right. So that was what Cher was asking.
Yes.
We answered Rihanna's. Is that Rihanna? You answered that question already. Did we answer Keith's question?
Keith says, I live in the US. Do you think it's better for me to buy or build in an upscale area or buy in a gated community?
Keith, do you plan to come back to Jamaica to live?
Permanently.
Where are you buying this property? Is it an investment property or is it a vacation home for you to come back? Or is it a retirement home for you to come back to? You probably tell me that you're going to rent the property part-time or whatever. I would say you live overseas, you may want to get in the gated. That way you can have the property fairly secured when you're not there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about all kind of things happening. So you're in the gated, you're gonna pay a maintenance fee in the gated, right?
100 US.
And yeah, depending on which gated you buy, really. So like Ballater is gated actually,
Mm-hmm.
right? So even though we live in Kingston, It's in Spanish Town. If Tony decides that she's not going to live there or whatever, she lock it up, and every weekend she go fool around and look on it like ornament.
Clean it.
And then it's gated, right? So we don't have to worry about that. And the maintenance is not, we love to talk about expensive.
I think it's $5,000.
$5,000 is the maintenance for now. All right, so Keith, have I answered the question? I would say, Keith, buying a gated.
Christopher is asking, what gated community would you recommend?
One you can afford.
That's the gated community we would recommend.
Yeah, one you can afford. So Palmbrook Estates is gated.
Ballater is gated.
Ballater is gated. Palmbrook Estate is housing lots, right? So you buy the lot, build your house. Richmond is gated, 260,000 US. It just depends. We were selling Ocean Point earlier this year. That's gated at 15 point something. That's what we were selling it for.
Here's a good question. Good evening again. If someone sold all properties and now want to return home to retire, do you know if you can get NHT grant or loan? Name is no longer on a title.
Yes, you can get it, but you have to be a contributor. So if you're overseas, you have to be a contributor for 2 years. If you were a contributor before you left Jamaica, and you're now contributing voluntary, then you would only need to be contributing 1 year.
But they said retire. How old are they? Can they still get an NHT loan?
The NHT loans go up to age 70. I would say if you're 65, you can still get a loan because you can now have a 5-year mortgage once you qualify.
Okay.
But if you're at 70 and over, no more loans. What was the other? There was something else I was going to say. If you're in Jamaica, self-employed, or work with a company that takes out the NHT, then after 1 year you would qualify.
Someone asked if Tony get her own lawyer to look at the sales agreement for Bellico.
Own law? I told her, telling me you did law.
I did law. I can actually read my own sale
She can't read her own sale agreement. She have a degree in law from which university again?
London.
University of London. So she have a degree. She just never go read for the bar because she claims it's too much work.
It's too much stress work.
Too much stress work. So she don't want to do that.
It's easier to sit on YouTube Live.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easier for us to talk to you guys, right? All 168 of you watching right now. It's just easier to just sit here and talk to you. Plus, I prefer we enjoy that. It's not as adversarial as doing law. I actually started doing law, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, you know, this whole self-actualization thing. When I actually started, yeah, man, I have some money now, and we can go to law school. I'm going, remember Tony? Went in and did 1 term.
1 term of law school.
And 1 term of law school. I'm just glad to Tony and come finish it for me. And so I self-actualized through Tony. Yeah. So we understand the perception of affordability, but with the market being overinflated, what is the outlook for the market? Isn't it going to balloon at some point? People always ask me that about Jamaica. When demand is more than supply, everybody here did economics. When demand is greater than supply, there is no falling out. We don't have a lot of real estate. It's not like America and Canada that just have house.
Not only that though, our persons don't sell back as fast.
Yeah, they don't.
The people who haven't sold back.
We haven't sold. We sold back two properties. But
in the last how much years
since we've been buying? So people here don't sell that often. They sell for divorce. They sell for if they're migrating. Or if they lose a job and they put it up on auction.
Right, and that's it. People don't just sell to move.
For auction here, my goodness, you could have owed the bank all 2-3 years. I'll know them not auction your place yet. Literally, you go in and you beg and you beg and you beseech and whatever, and then them don't sell it. As I tell you, it don't come on the market. So it's really demand. If you're looking for that to happen, it may happen in the top end, which
it did, I think.
Which it did in the 70s when everybody was running away talking about communism coming, right? So it happened in the top end of the market, but then I wasn't in the top. I couldn't afford those properties, whichever way, even if them dropped, couldn't afford it, right?
Right.
Besides, we also have something that keeps our properties high now. We have quote unquote. So the government of Jamaica we don't pay capital gains tax, but the government of Jamaica takes transfer tax and stamp duty. That used to be a person.
And registration is there.
And registration too. So when you say you buying 2 million for our land in Portmore, it is going to go to the stamp office, which is a government body that says, hey, you're selling this land for 2 million? No man, this value more than 2 million, man. And you have to pay the transfer tax and the stamp on the transfer tax on 6 million, because we're saying to you, this property is valued at 6 million. That's alone. So if your seller says he's selling you for 2 million and the government of Jamaica through the stamp office says it values 6, you better believe that seller is coming to you and say, listen man, I want 6 million.
True.
I want 2 million again. So that part of it keeps the values kind of in check. Also, we have the valuers as well. So remember, the valuers here mostly go by comparison. So if I'm selling my house and the house beside me was sold for 30 million, and I try to sell mine now for 18 million, which is what the government of Jamaica people look at as well. They're gonna say, no, Claudia, the house beside you was sold for 30 million, therefore your house valued 30 million.
Right.
You know, comparative values. So with those kinds of checks and balances, yes, it keeps it in check. I have never paid less for a property than what it was advertised. Anything that it is advertised for, and I want the property, I offer the full value for the property. I've even offered more for properties. More. And this was just even just a piece of land. And I had to offer more. I had 10 people bidding. It was what, 4.5 you started for Tony?
Yeah.
And I said, Tony, bid 5.5. Just blow everybody out of the water. Right? Okay.
You got it for 5.5?
Yeah. This was 2010. 2010 was 2020. So that property that they wanted 4.5, the owner was overseas. We bid it 5.5, we got it. That property, that one little piece of land, that grass growing on it, I don't do nothing with it. Not even a block, me no lay.
I know the neighbors came and built.
Neighbors come and believe it. I must be alone that I will not be late.
Yeah, I think we're the only ones.
And because I said to Tony, this is my pension plan. This is my pension plan. This is my land banking. Right? And I'm actually paying a mortgage because I don't deposit 2 million. I borrowed 3.5. I borrowed 3.5. So that property now, I'm gonna knock on my door the other day and offered me, because the one beside me sold maybe 4 years now for 13 million. But if anybody else knock on my door now, it's 20 million. I can ask 20 million easily and get it.
Yeah.
And I haven't done anything.
I know I can ask it because Up the Hill sold again.
Yeah.
And those
they developed above where we are. And those were sold for 25 million.
So we're like the only lot available in the area
right now.
And that's a premium.
Premium. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you can afford the real estate, that's when you buy it. So the person who asked me about waiting until you finish paying the mortgage, don't wait until you finish paying the mortgage.
Yeah, once you can afford it,
what,
go ahead.
5 to 6 years into your mortgage, or what you do, you must take a 15 or 20-year mortgage. Even if you took a 40-year mortgage just to qualify, you're to pay that mortgage as if you're paying a 15 to 20-year mortgage. And about 5, 6, 7, up to 10 years into the mortgage, approach your institution again, see how much you can borrow. You even approach them earlier if you have gotten a pay increase. Yeah, if you have gotten a pay increase, you approach them earlier and you get another property. If it's land, you know you're only doing land banking, you're literally saving the money in the land because land don't have cash flow. It can have cash flow. Because you can rent it out. You can rent, put some people want pay rent to park them car or park them boat. You can rent it, right? Or you can do so many things with land. Donna Benjamin, what is a CRTD loan? So it's
contribution refund towards deposit.
So it's actually CRTD, contribution refund towards deposit loan. That's what it is. So the National Housing Trust will give you back all of your contributions up to 2018, 2 years before when you apply. So now it's 2020, so they'll give you up to 2018, and all the contributions that you made. I've had customers go there and literally use all that money for their deposit.
Yeah.
National Housing Trust will say to you, come back for your refund contributions. But I tell my children, do not go back for those refund contributions because them little monkey money there, you don't need it for one, and you spend it on shoes and clothes and rubbish. So if you have a loan like us, like I don't have a loan, I paid off. Tony and Rachel, they have loans. So if you have a loan, they're quicker, paying off the mortgage quicker, right?
Right.
But if you don't have a loan, contribution refunds, I would say let them stay there when you're ready and you want a deposit money, or you want, because the contribution refund towards deposit loan will be used to either for your deposit or for closing costs. And then subsequent payments that you make in contributions will go towards clearing that loan. So it's not a loan that you're paying back directly as well.
Right.
Right. You can take one more question?
No, we cannot. We are at 6:12.
All right, we need to move over to Zoom. Just let me see about the screen for I need to wrap up. Do we have any more furs to give away?
Just the one in your hand.
Oh, this fur coat. Fur coat, guys, fur coat. So, all right, let me see the screen. Let me just see who
To give it to?
How much persons waiting on Zoom? Yeah, persons waiting on Zoom already?
Yeah, person's waiting on Zoom.
Somebody asked me for the Zoom link, Tony. You put it in?
Yeah, it's in there already. I can just scroll up. It's already pasted.
Posted.
Posted. Sorry.
What's I'm more recommending to save? Richest man in Babylon so must save 10%. I say to you, save 50% of your pay. That's what you're going to pay for the mortgage anyway.
Yeah.
You may as well get used to it.
Yeah.
Just take out 50% of your pay and put it aside. You buy a house quicker. Tony, so when I'm ready to purchase a home, would you be my lawyer? Tony can't be a lawyer because she didn't do the bar.
All right. I have a law degree.
She have a law degree. All right. We need to wrap up. Who are we giving the gift to?
Let's find someone here.
Coming like I don't want to give it away. I have it full up in my hand like
Marcy is asking 50% how we eat and pay rent.
Marcy,
the other 50% is what you eat and
is what
pay
you
rent.
eat and pay rent.
The book says get down to your necessary expenses, which is usually your rent and food.
Marcy, you need to join the Zoom sessions. Jennifer Jackson said me. All right, Jennifer. You have the fur. Here.
Who? Jennifer Jackson?
Jennifer Jackson, yeah. Sarah there. Jennifer Jackson. Jennifer, you're in Jamaica? Oh, Nicole. Nicole, you asked too late. Nicole, maybe next week. You're giving away gifts next week, Tony.
I think I have some other stuff, not sheets or rugs, but some other.
We have some other stuff to give away. Okay, so next week is Christmas?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, Christmas! Christmas!
Are we doing YouTube Live next week, even though it's a holiday?
Yeah, we're doing YouTube Live. We're not doing Zoom though. But we're doing YouTube Live on Sunday, which is Christmas Sunday. So everybody can prepare their Christmas dinner. All right, Tony. So everybody have the link. Do they have the link for the mortgage officer?
Yes, that link is there too.
And you got everybody's name for the gifts?
I did.
So we give away 5
gifts.
5 throws or 5. I still said, Ralph Roberts asking for the Zoom link.
All right, let me just
Not
send
seeing
it
the
back.
Zoom link.
Let me just send it again.
We have to skip over. We have to get into
I know we're so late.
Zoom.
Stop using the mouse.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Jennifer says she sent her daughter. Great, Jennifer. Oh, you're in the US now. Okay, send your daughter for it.
All right, so that's the Zoom link.
That's the Zoom link. Everybody seen it now? All right, so we're going to say bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. And we'll see you in Zoom.